Hey everyone, welcome back to Retro Gaming Ledger. Today, I kind of want to go over a couple things. GameStop, it seems, has been raising their prices. A couple $10 games are going up to $12.99. I've also noticed some of the $5 games are starting to go up. I've noticed some $7.99 it going up to $7.99. Like Quantum of Solace for 360. At one point, I thought it was $4.99. Then I saw it at $6.99. Now it's at $10.99. So prices are rising. GameStop is noticing the trend. I don't know why they're rising prices on certain games. Um, I don't know if it's availability or just their stocking. Um, but I would love to know exactly what their models are, for pricing and figuring out, why they need to raise the price. Is it the price charting? Are they looking exclusively at price charting? I don't know. We're going to go over that. But right now I'm going to show you what I picked up. I found some really good deals, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Um, I went to a local pawn shop in a nearby state. It's in New Hampshire, and zero sales tax, which is nice. They also, I like these guys because I've dealt with them a couple times. They have a really good sale on their 360 and Xbox original, all their games really. A lot of like PlayStation, all their like disc games. Anyways, it's a buy one get one 50% off, which if you can pick your games and you know what the values are in the games, you're going to get a good deal. So I was browsing through there and I came across Wolfenstein: The New Order. And if you notice this, there's an orange sticker. I'm going to show you right now, I'll do a preview of, kind of how they catalog everything. Um, but this was priced, this sticker color is at $7. And I found another game at $7. Chrome Hounds. Um, this essentially became $3.50. The games together, $10.50. $10.50 for these two. And the price charts look amazing on these. They look amazing. They look great. Um, and I'll talk about these games a little bit. Wolfenstein the New Order. So this game predominantly was put out to Xbox One. It was really ported, and that's where most of its sales lied. This was kind of a late gen release for the Xbox 360. What's interesting about this game and just the general physical game market is this game has 4 freaking discs. You heard right, 4 discs. Um, I think that's unheard of for Xbox games, but I'll kind of explain what the discs contain. The first disc is actually an install disc. The other 3 are the game discs. You have 3 different chapters. Here's another one. It's kind of dirty. Got to clean them, but no scratches. I didn't check them. That was really naughty. But that one's a little scuffed up, but we'll be all right. Here's another one. And here's disc 4. Right here. Okay, this has 4 freaking discs. Um, so what's interesting about getting physical discs, in that you own them and you can sell them later, you can trade them, you can give them as a birthday gift. And then the person who receives them can trade it and do whatever they want with them. What's interesting about these multi-disc games is what happens if a disc 4 goes missing? What happens if a disc 3 goes missing? What happens if a disc 1 goes missing? That's one person. if one entity loses one disk, you have a obsolete, you've got a missing disk. You've got a puzzle to fix, pretty much. And you need a disk 2. Okay? What if another person has a set of 4 and they lose a disk 4? They lose a disk 1. They have an entirely different problem. This game on 360 will be rare. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. If people today, and I mean right now, start collecting this with a vengeance and they start preserving the 4-disc set, I might be wrong on that assessment. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think a lot of people, the majority of sales came on the Xbox One, and the 360 is kind of a later release. I don't think a lot of people really got access to this game on 360. The price charts, I think last time I checked was CIB was at 15. But that multi-disc dilemma, I've seen it across all games that have 3 discs. Star Ocean's a great example of that. It's a 3-disc install. I'm not 100% sure. I own it. I haven't installed it yet, but it's 3 discs. There's a couple games that are like that. I think Rage, LA Noire, don't know what else. But these multi-disc sets are really important. It's not so much DLC content. The DLC content in some of these 2-disc sets are very important, like Fallout 3 Game of the Year. But when you have these necessary install discs and they go missing, and it's kind of a oddball game, or there wasn't a lot of sales for that specific name, you have a problem. You've got a physical disc problem, a scarcity problem. And that's why I think I'm almost highly certain that Wolfenstein: The New Order is going to be a rare game because people will not be able to complete the full series. I think discs are going to go missing, going to get scratched, unless there's preservation today. And I don't know if I see that urgency, especially for the 360 right now, but it will happen later. And I added this to my collection for $5. I was happy. I was ecstatic. The one thing that it didn't have was a manual, but I went to my local retro game shop, and they were really great. They took that manual from an existing game box and they separated it so that I could have it. And they sold the manual to me for $5. I was happy to pay it. Happy to complete the inbox. And it comes. What's cool about they sold me the manual. Not only did they sell me the manual, but it also came with a digital code for a Doom beta, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to work. We can try. I'm going to log into my Xbox One and input it and see if, but there's a Doom beta right there. You roll the dice and you see if you get it. So I was happy. This game, $5.50. It's doing well in price charting. It's kind of like a mech assault type game. I mean, $5.50. It's a semi-rare game. Good deal. Check out your local pawn shops. I think they're gold mines for video games. I think the priorities are different at pawn shops. They're looking at like gold and silver, and they rightly should. They're looking at guitars and stuff like that. They're not paying attention to the rising game prices, and it's hard for them to update the prices. It's hard. Look at this. The stickers. See the stickers? They're updating with stickers. They're going and they're generalizing these games. It's dangerous territory when you start generalizing games because these 2 games are vastly different. Wolfenstein has 4 discs. This has 1 disc. They're going to react differently. Some are going to be more volatile than others. So take advantage of this. Take advantage of your pawn shop. They're not going to be able to price these games correctly. It's just not going to happen. And they're not going to be able to keep up with inflation. There's just too many games for them to update. The stickers is a unique situation to update them quickly. And these are kind of shadows of the fact that inflation is happening and affecting the games. When you start doing stickers like this, and it's in a rapid succession, at some point they're going to have to pull games and just completely put a new price tag on it. slap a new price tag. But then you have to be organized. You have to look for you need an employee to systematically go one by one and look for the disc. And the disc can be all over the place. If you're not in alphabetical order, you're in big shit. You're going to be having an employee that's going to look there for hours on a specific game. Unless, maybe a game doesn't go up as fast, but over time, there are going to be customers that come in and they will get a deal. So we live in interesting times, and take advantage of your pawn shops. Go to your pawn shops. Ask all the local pawn shops if they sell video games. And take advantage of that. I'm going to move on to my next find, which is actually kind of electronics pawn shop. They're kind of weird. They're a pawn shop, but they specialize in electronics. They don't have many retro games. They have like Xbox One, Xbox 360. They got PS2, PS3, PS4, Wii. It's kind of like a modern thing. They don't have a lot of, SNES games, Nintendo, Atari. They don't have a lot of that. But they have a few Xbox 360 games and Xbox Original. I'm really good friends with the employees that work there. They let me look at the new inventory that comes in, and they price it really cheap for me. And they have a great, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe they're selling these games at their prices. $5 a piece, buy two, get one free. And that's for a lot of Xbox One and Xbox 360 games. There's a lot. There's a lot. Even if you got a loose disc for $3, that's pretty damn good. Let's start off. I was happy about this. See, here's the sticker. Buy two, get one free. Awesome. $5. Technically, $3. $3.35. $3.35. It's got the frickin' manual. It's got the frickin' manual. This is like going to a yard sale. So, I don't buy, people say, getting these games cheap at stores is over. Not over. You got to check your local pawn shops. These guys they don't know what's going on. Take advantage of it. All right, that was my one out of the three. This is Xbox Original. Rally Sport 2. Manual. Disc. $3.35. You're going to like this one. Blur. I got Blur for $3.30. This is a $50 game. These people do not know what's going on with the retro gaming industry. Check your local pawn shops. See what there is. I'm going to do a separate video on this one. You better believe it. We'll continue the video with price charting. And, not only price charting, but we're going to look at GameStop prices and the ones that are rising that I've noticed. I check the store periodically. I'm actually thinking about going to individual stores and asking for printouts of prices. Maybe I'll start at 20 and under, and they can give me a big stack of paper. Some stores might say yes, some stores might say no. But I'd like to see the updates and prices and, like a historical timeline, because I don't think there's an active record online. Unless someone tell me in the comments if you guys know there's a site that actively, talks about GameStop prices and how they're rising. I'd like to know. But I am seeing a difference in GameStop prices. Every time I check the site, I check the availability of games, I'm seeing the prices go up. I'm seeing $5, $10 games going up. So I don't know how fast it's going, and I don't know the trajectory. So I'm trying to explore that with you guys and figure it out. So definitely subscribe to this channel, because I'm trying to provide that kind of information and that kind of insight so that you guys can collect and see where the deals are, because there are deals and we can find them together. All right, let's move on to GameStop's website and see what's going on. Hey everyone, welcome back. We are looking at the price changes. I'm conceptualizing, and I'm trying to base it off my memory
GameStop's website. I'm gonna kind of briefly tell you why I think the price rose. So this is Silent Hill Homecoming over on the bottom right. Uh, I was considering getting this for the $20 mark, the 4 for $20 deal that they're currently running in the store. I noticed that's not the price that I saw. I didn't end up getting this game. I don't know if it was because I couldn't find a copy. Yep, there are no available copies. I know the Silent Hills are just great games to collect, but I couldn't find one, I believe, but it was at $20. I knew it was eligible for the 4 for 20. Then I noticed around Wednesday night, or maybe Tuesday night, this price went up. It went up to the 25 to knock it out of the 4 for 20. I thought that was interesting. Another one, I remember vividly seeing this at $20. This was for sure at $20. It went up $5, knocking it out. Yep, I remember it was available. It knocked it. I have a copy of it already, but I remember it's now at $25. It went up $5. That's a huge jump if you really think about it. A $5 jump in a $20 game, that's pretty big. That's significant. So it knocked it out of that threshold for the 4 for 20, which, I noticed they did the same thing with the previous promo when it was I guess you could say 4 for 10 and the 4 for 20 for $10 games, basically at $5 a piece. They did the same thing. I saw games go up to $12.99, basically knocking them out of that threshold. Bully was another one for sure, 100%, because I went to a location, and I'll tell you which one it is right now, and I'll prove it. It was at Salem, New Hampshire. There it is. I'm pointing to it, Salem, New Hampshire. I went to that location. They didn't have the complete box. They had the disc. They didn't have the complete box. And I was trying to get the 4 for 20. They bumped that sucker up so you can't get it for the 4 for 20. So they're getting people to initially come to the store and coming. I think the whole 4 for 20 thing is to get people into the store. And then they're bound to buy something. Then they change the prices on their high value items. So they did that. They did that on price change day, which is Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm giving away all of GameStop's secrets. I wonder if they're going to get mad at me. Hope not. But just trying to inform the public. Don't shoot the messenger. Need for Speed Carbon. I saw a copy of this. Where did I see this? Was it my local store? I thought I saw one in Salem. And I was considering it. It was again, yep, there was one in Salem. I was considering getting this. I don't think it had the box art maybe, or maybe I just didn't want it. But it was at the 20 mark, and now it's up $5. That's another game that jumped. That was 25 already. I remember that being 25 already. I'm surprised that they didn't change the price of this one. Condemned Criminal Origin. That to me is surprising. They didn't change this one. This one on the price chart looks, outstanding. And I remember looking on. Oh wow, they have one over in. I didn't notice they had one in Salem. I might go to Salem tomorrow. That's interesting. I didn't think they had one. I gotta check them out tomorrow probably. Fascinating. It disappeared and then it came back. What is going on? Huh. Anyways, this one, the price chart looks amazing. It looks amazing. Let me show you something. Let me look up this price chart because it looks amazing. I've probably shown it to you before. Condemned. 360. $25. Okay? $25. I mean, look at that jump. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my God, are you serious? October 2025, so we're almost a year into it. That sucker does not look like it's coming down. It might come down a little bit. I the maybe $20 range, but it ain't coming down below that. That sucker has jumped, and it looks nice. Let me go back to, where are we? We're on multiple GameStop sites. Oh boy. Let's see. No, oh man, I had too many games. I'm gonna have to go back, guys. I apologize for that. Let me reload. I went high to low. This is low to high. Let's go high to low. I got too many GameStop pages open. Okay, another one. I'll mention this as well. This is their highest priced, high to low. Left 4 Dead 2 was $44.99 or $45.99 for the longest time. We're now at the $50 range. That sucker is going to keep going up. That guy's going up for sure. A lot of these, I love to get my hands on Ultimate Alliance Gold Edition. I don't think it's happening anytime soon. But, yeah. I'll go a little bit this way. We'll keep going. See, we're at that spot. Condemned. Okay, so $20. I think that's still a good deal for the 4 for $20. But that price did not change. I'm very surprised about that. But Spider-Man did. I don't know if it's just, more people are more interested in Spider-Man, and Bully was underpriced. I really wanted Bully, but the box art, man, they just did not have the box art. I couldn't pay $10 for a disc. I'm cheap. Fear, that was one I know is available. I've seen the box. They have the box art. I didn't make a move on it. I'm surprised that hasn't changed in price. Transformers Dark of the Moon, I picked that up somewhere. Gun 360, I really wanted this game, but they didn't have the box art. Let's look at the price chart real fast. This game looks really good price charting. I mean, look at that. It's like, it's just going up. It's just going up. It's consolidating upwards. This game's going to go up. It has trajectory. Look at this. It got an all-time high. Came down and came back up. Came back down. Comes back up. This is showing extreme strength. This chart is showing extreme strength. This is not parabolic. The parabolic moves, you're going to have a crash. When you got it straight up, you're going to come straight down. This is a nice, beautiful up and down, higher highs. Basically testing the all-time high. This game, I really want this game. I think it was available somewhere I could pick it up, but they didn't have the box art, which, I'm getting to the point where I kind of just want to get the disc. And the loose price is at $13. I'm like, I'd love to get the complete box, but where the hell am I going to get a box? eBay. I want the game bad, so this is kind of on my list. But they didn't do a price change on that. San Andreas is going to get a price change. I don't know when, but that's getting a price change at some point. I guarantee it. I guarantee that's going to go up to $5 at some point in the next 6 months. Saboteur, I bought that on the 4 for $20. I was happy to get that with box art. I was ecstatic. Let's see. Dark Souls 2, that didn't change. So, Spider-Man and a couple other ones at the $20 range, they did update. They were worried about Bully and Spider-Man. So have your eyes on that, because they're kind of projecting that those two are going to have movement. When they move the price up $5, it tells me they don't want to sell it for that price. Aliens vs. Predator, I almost made a move on that, or own a copy already, but at $10 with box art, I was like ready to move on that and get an extra copy. So I'm wondering when, and I'd like to get you guys comments in the comment section. When is Fallout 3 Game of the Year going to go to $20? When does it go into 20? I'd like predictions. It's an interesting box set in that you get all the DLC on the disc, physical disc, no digital downloading. Install it from the disc. I think people are going to pay a premium for it. Let me know. Let's see if the $12 will tell us if there's price changes potentially. Let's go down. We're going to go down the list. The $14 that they could tell us. Let's see. I swear to God, I can't verify it, but I swear Fallout New Vegas was at $9.99 like 3 months ago. I might be wrong, but to me, $14.99 looks a little bit odd for this game. I think Fallout New Vegas might have gone $5 up. Alright, we got some $12.99s. Legendary, I thought might have been $10.99. I'm not sure. Okay, this one definitely went up because I actually got Ultimate Alliance. It was the 4 for $20 deal on $10 games, and I just purchased it literally the day before, and the next day they rose the price up $12.99. They rose it up $3. So that was definitely a price change within, I think, this last month. They rose it $3. That's a 30% markup, guys. 30% markup. That's significant. They're telling you something. So I thought that was interesting. Let's see if I notice anything else. I think it's bizarre that Night in the Museum Battled Smithsonian's at $12.99. And maybe it's a rare game. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of copies of that, so definitely intriguing. You can kind of tell at the $12.99 price mark. You can tell they're inching the price up. They don't want to price the people out of a game, so they try to make it enticing. I think Alien Isolation the price is going to go up to $12.99 6 months. That game's going up to 6 months. It's kind of a late gen release, unique game. The Alien series, everyone knows the Alien series. That's going up to $12. Horror games, these horror sci-fi games do so well. They do so well. This is going up $12.99. Hold me to that. 6 months, that's going to be higher than $10. I freaking guarantee it. We're at the $10 mark. So I don't know what went up to $10 as of recently. This one could be a little tricky of spotting. I'm not sure. I've got Wheelman at a $5 deal. The 4 for $20. That was a $5 game. Comes in box. I thought that was a hell of a deal. You know what's interesting? I'll tell you guys what is fascinating to me. This is proof that retro is doing so well. Grand Theft Auto 4 is priced higher on GameStop than Grand Theft Auto 5. What's the superior game? What's the more fun game, the better graphics, the better story? I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a lot of fun, but guess what? Grand Theft Auto 4 is retro. You want that game to relive that game, and that's double the same price. It's wild to me to look at that. I mean, I might do a video on that. Yeah. Wow, a Madden game's at 10. That's impressive. I don't know why. So Undead Nightmare was at 10. I knew that already. I'm trying to pick out anything that I've seen that could have. Quantum of Solace was I swear to God, it was at $5, or it could have been $6.99 or $7.99, and they jumped it up to $10. I swear that happened a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. I'm pretty sure that happened. It's Star Ocean at $10 is a steal. 3-disc set, get it. If they do another 4 for $20, get it. And it's $10, get it. 3 discs. That's going to be a rare game. RPG, sci-fi RPG. It ticks all the boxes for just the price going up. And it's an RPG too. I haven't played it. I really want to play it. I wish I could find time to play all these games. I'm going to one day though. And yeah, okay. I'm not seeing too much else that I can spot that went up to the $10 mark. Yeah, I can't really spot things. Man, I really hope they run the 4 for $20 again, because there are great games at $10. This is one I want. Battle Station specific. Cannot find it. Cannot find a copy. 22 miles away. I've called them and I asked them if they have the physical box. They don't. I'm like getting to the point where if I pay $5 for a loose, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Yeah, Mercenaries 2 is going to change. That price is not going to stay at $9.99. I expect that to be at $12.99 fairly soon. And yeah, Syndicate's another one. The price is going to go up. I promise you the price will go up on that one. I'm trying to look for like a Singularity that'll go up. I think the Liberty Cities is going up. Damnation's definitely going up. This one went up. This one definitely went up. So Star Trek, I believe at one point was $6.99, maybe $5.99, $6.99, $7.99 is definitely something out of the. I think it went up $1. I think it went up $1. I would guess it went up to $1. I don't know if there's a limited release and there's specialized about this game, but this one went up somewhat. And I'm pretty sure it went up $1. So that's telling us about the lower cost games are starting to move. I'm fairly sure. I think $8 for Wolfenstein New Order. If mark my words, I think this is a steal. I think this game is going to be a hell of a lot higher. At $8, it's very underpriced. Very underpriced. I think GameStop doesn't know what they're doing. There's one in Amherst. I might ask if they have a physical copy. If they got a physical copy, I'm getting it. I'm getting it for $8. If this goes 4 for $20, and you get it for $5, it's a freaking steal, man. It's a steal. You want to buy cheap. You want to get these things cheap and get your collection going before it's too late. And that door is closing. That door is closing fast. Deadliest Catch. I don't know if that went up. Just Cause is a game on my list for $7.99. That's a good deal. Yeah. I'm looking and I can't find anything that, the $6.99 mark. Obviously, it went up from the $5 mark. I think that's it, guys. I mean, these might have been all $2.99s. There are not many $2.99 deals anymore. Not many. $1.99 for Mass Effect 3. I think it'll be there for a while. We might get some changes in Arkham City. Maybe. There's some movement, not much. You're basically in sports game territory. Cameo might move. I don't know. I haven't seen the price chart on Cameo. How about Sneak King? What's the price chart on that? I'm just curious. Let's see. What do you guys think? Oh my god. Oh my god. We've hit Crazy Land. We had a price all-time high for Sneak King at $8.49, guys. God bless America. This is fucking crazy. Look at this chart. It's going up. This is a freaking Burger King game. I might do a fucking video on this. Sorry for cursing. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh man. I gotta do a video on it. Alright guys, I'm going. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys soon.